YOLO, amazing people of the tube. So, Sunday, fun day. Most people go to church. I really don't. I don't subscribe to church. And I'm going to tell you guys why I don't subscribe to organized religion, right? Because if church is God's home, it's God's house, why is he never there, right? He's always vacant. Like, God's never home, right? All my miracles and spiritual stuff I've experienced or witnessed and stuff, it's always been outside of church. Church has always just been a cultural a cultural ritual that we go through during certain times, like weddings and funerals, and that's when I go to church. And a lot of people might say, well, they're supposed to go to church on Sundays. They're not supposed to go only on weddings, funerals, and Easter or something, you know? And I understand that. I get it. But I don't know. I've been to church on random days before throughout my life, and like I said, it always felt empty, you know? And don't get me wrong, church is beautiful. Like, churches themselves are beautiful inside and out. I like a lot of the things about religion, the stained windows. I actually like the fact that there are people in the world that really believe in God, and it brings a lot of people peace. Not me, because I view myself as the wolf, right? And if people are sheep and there are shepherds, I'm the wolf. And if you want to say God created all of us, well, he created me, and he created me to be on the sidelines. You understand? To make my own way, to lean on myself for support, right? I'm not leaning on the shepherd. I'm not leaning on other sheep. I lean on myself. So even in regards to praying, right? Like, I don't necessarily pray. I rarely pray. And if I do, I try my darndest not to ask for any help for myself. It's always help for someone else, right? Like, I think you're not supposed, and that's how I feel. I don't think you're supposed to ask God for help unless it's a last resort. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, hey man, my rent isn't due, it's a rough time, help me, you know? Like, help yourself, bro. Try not to do that, man. How about you ask for him to look out for people in need, the old, the young, the weak, the whatever, right? So I don't think there's this like selfishness to it that I don't think you're supposed to play with for some weird reason. I can't really explain why I believe that or feel that way, but I do. And I'm gonna tell you guys something I completely despise about religious people. I completely despise like the judgmental part, and then the part where people will tell you like, oh, God bless you, and God is on your side, or God is with you, or God may be with you, or something positive when they feel positive, and then something negative when it's something negative. And I feel like, dude, you're like a tiny little flake of dust in the universe, and you have the audacity to say what kind of paper should fall on God's desk, huh? You should you should bless this guy. You should spite this guy, right? You decide what paper falls on God's desk, huh? You're that high up? You think that high of yourself? You know what I'm saying? Who are you to speak upon godly endeavors? It's way above your pay grade. I don't even think you should be touching that subject of what God should or shouldn't do. Do you understand what I'm saying? I find that like complete, like if I was really religious and really a believer, I would find that disrespectful as fuck. You know? Like in the name of God, and you know, like people say some weird shit and it's like, holy shit, dude, like, are you really trying to speak from a place of judgment for God? Huh? Did you just try and send a memo to God? Like you're the one in communication with him? Huh? You're his homie? Right? I think it's completely despicable and unacceptable. I think it's way above people's pay grade, way above the priest's pay grade, even way above the Pope's pay grade. I don't think they should be, you know, like, I don't know. I kind of believe, like, I don't know if there's, I actually believe in this idea of this singular entity called God. I think of God more along the lines of being everything, right? And like the universe is just, it works a certain way, right? It likes balance, it works on energy, and I don't mean like the chakra crystal type, you know what I'm saying? It works on balance, you know, you kick the dog bites you, right? Like, the universe likes to balance itself. So, I don't know, man. Those are my thoughts on it. Yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why I genuinely wanted to share that view about it, you know? And I also think that church should be doing a lot more, man. I think it should be doing a lot more in the sense of being directly involved in the communities. And I don't think Armenian church especially is really involved in communities. It's something like you go to them, they don't go to you, right? Which is, I don't think that's the reason we built churches, right? I don't think that's the reason we go to priests and stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think it's there for, like, it's a collective. We all go there to socialize, and it's supposed to bring families together. It's supposed to bring communities together. It's supposed to help people in need. That's what I think it's supposed to really be like. And some people might say, well, if you go to church every Sunday, you might experience some of that. Noted. But still, like I said, I'm the wolf, so it is what it is, I guess. But I love the fact that there are other people that are real believers, and it brings, I've witnessed it bring good things to people, family, like bring families together. I've also seen it divide families because people were extreme in their beliefs. God was in everything they did, everything that happened, everything that was said, right? And everything was judged. And man, leave the judgment for the actual judges. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean like the court judges. Like, leave the judgmental shit for the higher than your pay grade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I don't know. I think even when you fall in hard times, like, you need to lean on yourself. You need to learn to lean on yourself. I think if a singular entity like a God existed, I think they would respect you more if you leaned on yourself than constantly sent memos of help and SOSs constantly, you know? And I get some people need more help than others and stuff like that. Each his own. I think from like just the human perspective, I don't know, man. I think we're supposed to lean on ourselves as much as possible, right? And God will hopefully be there in the actual time of need, not the time of desire. So I'm gonna end it at that, I guess. Solo Yolo Bolo.